Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good. And so my fellow colleagues, today we are going to present about the magnetics.
Bukan gila.
So for the overview of the magnetics, the magnetics is a data storage device that uses a magnetic protein to store information. So for example, commonly sound and we currently see is HDD, hard disk.
You are going to first.
So there are certain
You are going to first person.
certain magnetics that people
First person to put your
use like and also floppy disk. So what are the main functions of the magnetics is it utilize magnetization to store and retrieve digital information. So what are the benefits of advantages and disadvantages of these things? So first of all, magnetics has a high storage, can use high storage at a low cost. So which means we can get up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte fraction of the cost of an SSD, which is a solid state drive. Secondly, magnetics is non-volatile, which means that it can be powered, it can store file without being powered. And lastly, is versatile, so which means consumers and also servers up to the big data center can use hard disk to store and run their database server. So what are the disadvantages of these magnetic disks? First of all, they are slower speed compared to SSD. So in average, hard disks are usually 400 to 500 megabytes on write, while SSD for now in Gen 5 can reach up to 14 gigabytes per second in terms of speed and write. And secondly, hard disks generate noise, which means that some mechanical parts that can generate noise that will make the user feel a little bit. And lastly, the magnetics are prone to mechanical issue because there are some mechanical parts that will happen to make it more prone to if you call it magnetics fall to the ground, then there are some possibilities that this thing can be broken and cannot be used at all. So I will continue this part of magnetics to others.
Assalamualaikum everyone. So we'll continue about mechanism. And the mechanism covers two main parts, which is writing data and also reading data. So for the writing data, the writing will use an electric current to generate the magnetic field. So when there's a presence of magnetic field, there will be a change of magnetic particle on the disk. There will be preset the binary data, and each orientation of the magnetization will present the binary value. So for example, there is one direction of magnetization, you will present 1, and while the opposite direction will present 0. And the right also contains the Schumann electromagnet, which control the flow and the current of the direction. So with this, the disk can write data by forming specific magnetic detectors on the platter. Platter is where data stored in the magnetic disk. So for the reading data, the read head will detect change of magnetic field on the platter, and it senses the magnetization without changing the data. So for the next one is when the read head passes over the magnetized area, it will shift the magnetization, and same goes to the electrical resistance. And the small change of electrical resistance will take into electric signal and then send to the computer processor to process it into binary data. So I think that's all from the mechanism. I pass to my friend.
Next, we will discuss about organization and formatting. The first one is platters. Platters is a circular disk that is coated with magnetic material, and that is where all the data is stored. multiple stacked letters on top of each other, and the platters attached to the spindle. As the platters spin, the right leg can access all the information on one of the platters. Next is the spinal motor. Spinal motor is the motor that spins the disc platters, and the spinal motor lays in the middle of the disc, and it rotates the platters at a high speed. Averagely, the disc platters rotates around 1,000 revolutions per minute, and it ensures that the platters rotate at a stable and consistent speed. Next is the rig and wrap head. The rig and wrap head is a tiny electromagnetic component that hovers very close to the platter surface to read and write the data. And each of the head on the different platters will raise at the same position. And the actuator arm, or you can call it the head arm, is the actuator arm holds the read and write head and moves them across the platter surface. So it's allowed each head to access almost the entire surface of the platters as it speeds.
So next, I'm going to cover on components of the platter itself. So platter is where the data is mainly stored, and the platter is consists of three main parts, which are the tracks, sectors, and the gaps. So the tracks is the circular ring itself on the platter where data is stored, and each track corresponds to the width of the read and write head. And then the sectors, so the sectors are basically the divisions of tracks itself. So it is the tracks, but they are divided into multiple portions. So on the tracks itself, there are typically hundreds of sectors per tracks, and then we have the intertrack and the intersector gaps. So the gaps are very narrow and small, and this exists to prevent interference. So and then we have the cylinders. So cylinders consist of all the tracks that are at the same radial position on all surfaces of all platters. Once the head position, it can switch between platter surface to read, write head on any track within that cylinder. So basically, cylinders are just the platters, like a lot of platters on each other.
Alright, we'll continue with the first system and access method. It's about method and structure used by an operating system to store, organize, retrieve, and manage data on storage device. So we have three types of access method. The first one is sequential access. The second is direct access, and the third is the index access. First of all, we must understand what is sequential access. It is data where it's like data that is accessed by in a sequential history. It's like you read a book, then in a book they have 5 pages. So you want to read on the 5th page. So you can't skip to the 5th page. You must go through to the first page, and second, third, fourth, and the first. That means you can skip the first one. You must go through all the page. Normally is used in magnetic tape, just like the picture. So we move to the second, which is direct access. It's different from the sequential access. Means you can access to any page you want to read. This why it is non-sequential. Of course, it is faster than the sequential access because you can skip to the page you want to read. So it's commonly used in HDD, SSD, CD, and DVD. The last one is index access. It is like you have a book, and in the book you have table of content, and then for example we have dictionary. We want to find a favorite For example, like alphabet M. If you refer to the table of content and then you find the page, then you can go to the page. So when you go to the page, in the system, it use direct access. So means like after using the access, it will be followed by direct access. So but it is at a time because we have to look up to the in the access and then followed by direct access. If we use only direct access, it will less time consumed by the indirect access. Basically, used in database and file system.
Yang case budak nanti masuk dalam sebab pakai bagi guru sedikit sebagainya.